it has been over 2 years since we've last seen Jules and company. What can you tease about what's to come? Because last season we had a moral lesson about female friendships. Are we going to get a different moral lesson that's going to hit us in the feels?
Well, as you said, season 1 was more about Jules getting back in with her friend group and all of them kind of remeshing together. And season 2, we've laid that groundwork, so everyone kind of gets to branch off into their own storyline, which is really cool. So Jules thinks she's getting fired at the beginning of season 1, but instead she gets promoted. So that starts her whole story, and of course many other things go on there, but that's kind of her main thing. Like, now that I have my friends, who am I and what do I want?
I mean, I know you didn't mean to personally attack me with this show because I'm turning 30 next month, and we kick off with the I know, but why do you think women have such this existential crisis about turning 30?
Well, I think it's because, as growing up, we all have these milestones that by 30 we'll be here in our lives, and that society tells you by 30 you should be doing this, and this is where you should be in your career. And I think we put so much pressure on ourselves that when it's like doomsday approaching, have we accomplished all the things we're supposed to accomplish? And I think that's something that, especially this season of the show, we all really talk about, because I think the main thing, and I think the main overall arc for everyone, is their own self journey within themselves, and figuring out what they want to do, and where they want to go. Because I think that's the thing about being this age, is that sometimes we think that if we're on a pathway, we're stuck on that path, and we're actually not. Just because we're like, oh my gosh, we're turning 30, this is it, we're dead, we're basically in our graves, and we're not. Life is really just starting. And I think that's something, especially Madison really has to learn this season, is that sometimes when you're at your lowest low, it's not a bad thing, because you can only go up from there, and you can go in any direction that you want to go into.
Also, I think what puts the pressure on us is one word Forbes, 30 under 30 list. What happens after that? You know what I'm saying? It's cut off.
What would you like to say to people who are debuting their pandemic love stories into this kind of, out in the world lifestyle now?
I would say don't do it like Izzy. Because I think that she is the perfect example of someone who just self-sabotages almost everything, including her pandemic relationship. But it was really cute and fun, because I do keep hearing these stories about people who started dating in the pandemic. And it is it was fun to get to be a part of that when playing this character, because it is such a cute thing. I feel like for decades to come, it'll be so iconic for people to be like, my grandparents met in the pandemic.